Did Sherman's march employ psychological warfare? Did Sherman's march to the sea use psychological warfare? This question invites us to look closely at how General William Tecumseh Sherman's campaign influenced the American Civil War. Sherman's march was not just a military maneuver. It was a strategic effort to weaken the resolve of the Confederate South. By marching through Georgia, Sherman aimed to demonstrate the Union's strength while highlighting the Confederacy's inability to protect its territory. This tactic was designed to shake the confidence of both Confederate soldiers and civilians alike. Psychological warfare involves actions meant to affect the emotions and attitudes of an enemy. Sherman understood that by making the war feel personal for Southern civilians, he could undermine their support for the conflict. His campaign was part of a larger Union strategy known as total war, which targeted both military and civilian resources. Sherman's forces destroyed crops, seized food supplies, and burned infrastructure. This destruction was not random. It was calculated to make life unbearable for the Southern population. The intent was clear. If civilians suffered enough, they would pressure their leaders to surrender. Sherman wanted to break the spirit of the Southern people, making them feel the weight of the war in their everyday lives. Initially, President Abraham Lincoln and his generals, including Ulysses S. Grant, preferred that Sherman focus on defeating Confederate armies first. However, Sherman argued that attacking the economic and psychological foundations of the Confederacy would lead to a quicker end to the war. Grant ultimately supported Sherman's plan, trusting his judgment and understanding the potential impact. The effects of Sherman's psychological tactics were significant. As Union troops moved through Georgia, they left behind a trail of destruction that shocked the Southern population. Many civilians faced severe hardships, leading to increased desertions among Confederate troops in other areas, such as Virginia. Sherman himself noted that his campaign shattered many illusions held by Southerners about the Union's weaknesses. From the perspective of the American Civil War and Lincoln's political strategies, Sherman's march was seen as a necessary step to bring the conflict to a faster conclusion. The psychological impact of his actions was viewed as a legitimate tool to weaken the Confederacy and support the Union's broader war aims. In essence, Sherman's march to the sea did employ psychological warfare. The campaign aimed to break the will of the Confederate people by making the war inescapable for civilians. This strategy helped accelerate the collapse of Southern resistance and supported the Union's military and political objectives.